Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel English with Bhavana. So I'm back with one of the another topic for language today, that is modal verbs. Let's get started. Today we will be learning modal verbs should, may, must, might, shall. And we will be learning the remaining modal verbs in the second part. So keep tuned. Now, first, what is auxiliary verb? An auxiliary verb is nothing but it is which has principal verb, main verb, okay, to form a tense or mood or voice. Hence, it is called a helping verb. Now, it's of two types, primary auxiliaries, modal auxiliaries. Be is that is, am, are, was, be, been. For example, I am teaching. So am is the helping verb and teaching is the main verb. Okay. Have, has, had, having. For example, she has a big house. So state of having. Okay. So has is a helping verb and then has a big house. State of having. Do, does, did. So again it's a state of verbs. Now modal auxiliaries can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might, must, ought to. What are modal verbs? Okay, first we will understand we need to avoid some mistakes which we are doing so far, right? हम काफी mistakes कर रहे हैं, हम confuse हो रहे हैं actual में. So let's understand the basic mistakes which we are committing each one of us till now, so that we are clear with it. Now first, modals don't have an s, ed or ing ending. Okay, like for example, we cannot say coulds, coulded or shoulding. It's completely wrong. Okay, it's completely wrong. It means you cannot change the verb tense form of modal. Okay, don't use an infinitives with modals. Example, he must to go. It's perfectly wrong. It's completely wrong, I would say. To plus verb form, that is present tense. Okay, verb first form. Don't use auxiliaries do, does or did. Example, the wrong one. Do you can speak English? It's completely wrong. Okay, we never use auxiliaries. To form negatives, form the negative. Then what you have to do? Put not after the modal. You have to put not after the modal verb. For example, could plus not, could not, should plus not, should not, this way. I hope you are clear with these rules, right? So let's get started further. Now, modal should. What is modal should? When you want to describe a milder obligation, little milder, okay? Something important but not necessarily mandatory that you have to do it, not necessarily mandatory. Means what, for example, I tell you, you should attend the classes. So should is what? It's important, but it's not mandatory. Mandatory is something which you cannot skip. And when I say you should, okay, you have to, it's important. So there is a difference between you should and mandatory. So mandatory it is not, okay, it is important but it's not mandatory for you. Okay, we can use should. Okay, we often use should and shouldn't to give advice. Should we use in the following cases: duty or obligation, expectations and opinion. So modals are used for following. Modal should is used for the following cases. Okay. Now let's see duty. Now duty is what? I feel this should be done by me today itself. You yourself is feeling that it is important. No one is telling you. It's not mandatory. As I repeat again. Okay. I should not procrastinate this work. It is important. You yourself is feeling that you're delaying the important work. You should not delay it. We should inform the teacher about his behavior at home. Next, opinion. In case of opinion we use, you should avoid going for shopping every weekend. You're giving just a suggestion to your brother or sister, right? Saying that stop, you should actually avoid going. It's not mandatory that they will listen to you, obviously, right? So you're just giving your opinion. People on diet should avoid too much sweets. You should be more cautious while crossing the road. It's not mandatory. Again, you're just giving your opinion. Expectations. What expectations you have, you tell it. You should have completed your work that time. Means you're talking about the past. That time you should have completed your work. That was your expectation. It's not mandatory. Again, I repeat. You should have supported your wife. You should have not raised your voice like that. You should have not raised your voice like that. Now, the next is modal might. Okay, modal might. Might is used when there is a slightest possibility. When there is a slightest possibility, we use might. Might we use in the case of possibilities, suggestions, and conditionals. Let's see. So, might is used when there is a slightest possibility. Now, first possibility case, I might visit her today. So, there is a slightest possibility that you're telling that you might visit her today. She might have visited her last week. Means there is again a slightest possibility you're talking to someone, you're telling about third person, she might have visited. Possibility है थोड़ी सी. Okay? I might reach on time. So there is a slightest possibility, like there is too much of traffic, but still you have little bit of possibility, slightest possibility that you might reach on time. Suggestion, you are suggesting someone, that person will accept, there is a slightest possibility. Again, you might try the chocolate cake. You might want to suggest that to the school committee. You might want to suggest that to the school committee. You might have got a cab. Again, there is a slightest possibility of the past we are saying over here. Conditionals, if I didn't have to study, I might go for the party. There is a slightest possibility you might have gone to the party if you didn't have any studies. If I participated in the competition, I might actually win. Again, slightest possibility. I hope you have understood might as well now. Okay, let's move forward. Next, modal is may. May, again the possibility, but better, little higher possibility than might. When you have little higher possibility than might, we use may. Okay, and may is not that formal. We use it. It's informal little. Wish or prayer, purpose, seek permission or give permission. For example, modal we use it in possibility, like the principal may come to visit us today. There is a possibility. Okay, he may be at home. There is a possibility. Wish or prayer, we always say, right? May God bless you, may you recover soon, right? May you have a blessed year ahead. So this is a possibility because we are wishing or praying for someone. Purpose, she works hard so she may earn more money. ओके पॉसिबिलिटी है बिकॉज वो काम ज़्यादा कर रही है, हार्ड वर्क ज़्यादा कर रही है, तो देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी. सीक परमिशन, मे आई कम इन, दैट इज योर परमिशन. यू आर आस्किंग समवन द परमिशन. ओके, मे आई गो नाउ, दैट इज ऑल्सो परमिशन. गिव परमिशन, यू मे लीव नाउ. Okay, you may leave once your work is completed. So you're giving permission to someone, that time also we use may. Next modal verb we will be learning is must. Now what is must? The main modal verb we use to describe obligations. Obligations is must. We can use it in the affirmative form to say something is mandatory. अब ये इम्पॉर्टेंट भी है, ये मैंडेटरी है, आपको करना ही है, देयर इज नो अदर ऑप्शन. उस टाइम हम कब क्या यूज करते हैं? मैंडेटरी. शुड में व्हाट वी डू, इट इज इम्पॉर्टेंट बट इट्स नॉट मैंडेटरी. बट इन मस्ट it is important also and it is mandatory also. And in the negative form, to say something prohibited, we make must into negative form when something is prohibited. Now let's see obligations, conditionals, prohibition. Again, modal verb must, modal must. Obligation, they must prepare the order by 10 a.m. So again, it's what? It's mandatory कि 10 बजे तक उनका ऑर्डर हो ही जाना चाहिए. Okay? I must leave by 5 p.m. to reach on time. Again, it's mandatory. If I want to reach on time, I must leave it. I must leave on time. Prohibition. You mustn't enter this room without permission. You mustn't enter this room without permission. We mustn't park here, it's forbidden. So again, it's what? Mandatory. Mandatory, important. Conditionals. If the weather is nice, we must go for the walk. Again, it's a obligation, mandatory obligation when you're talking to someone, right? When you're doing this, for example, all of a sudden there is a power cut, okay, and you're studying for a long time and you really wanted to continue because you have exams tomorrow. But what you can do, you cannot do anything in such case, but as soon as the light power comes back, what you will do, you must study. It's mandatory obligation. If she behaves same, we must take some action, right? If someone is not behaving good continuously, so we must take action. Obligation, mandatory it is, right? Yes. So next modal verb is shall. In very formal contexts, especially in the written form, we also use shall to express an obligation. Very formal, to express an obligation. Shall is also used when you voluntarily take the responsibility. For example, I shall do this work on time. I shall complete the assignment by evening. So you yourself is taking this responsibility. For example, in the school there is any of the competition. I shall take care all of the preparation. So you voluntarily taking the duty on yourself, responsibility on yourself. Okay. Now, shall is used for future actions as well, right? I shall be there by 8 p.m. I shall leave tomorrow by 11 a.m. For suggestion as well, we use shall. Shall we move into new area? Shall we leave by evening? Okay. Promise. I shall make the travel arrangements. Voluntary, you're taking duty as I said you. I shall give you all the required details by evening. So you yourself is taking all the duties on your head, so that time we use shall. Okay, and shall is something what formal way, in a especially in written form, so I hope you all have understood modal verbs clearly now. So this was the first part of modal verb. And children, if you see, there is a different pronunciation as well. As I said, you shall, because normally we pronounce a shall. Till now we have learned shall, but actually the pronunciation is also called as shall. We never say shall, we say shall. She shall come this way. Okay, no worries. And do remember, it's not modal verb, it's modal verb. Okay, so till then I will be coming with my second video soon, the second part of the modal verb. Till then, keep learning, keep smiling, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and also like, share and comment. Till then, bye bye.